Hello lovelies and welcome to another video. Today we are doing a timeless reading on preparing for spring energies. So if you're watching between the end of February to the middle of June, any year, any time, this is all for you. These messages will ring true and you can anchor into them at any time. So we're going to use a mixture of tarot and astrological cards today, and we're going to take 3 tarot cards, we're going to take 2 astrological cards. But I'm just really sensing and feeling in the collective there is a powerful storm that is brewing here. Significant changes are coming through for spring, which makes a lot of sense. Spring is always all about growth, all about manifestation, all about pushing through, all about getting to where you want to be, and sometimes that is seismic and aggressive and fiery energy, and I'm picking that up all the way through my gut, up into my throat, and I'm very intense. So I'm just going to keep shuffling. So just be with that energy, be with that fiery intensity, which can feel a bit anxious, can feel a bit angry and rageful, whatever it is that you're feeling right now. Maybe if you're just feeling a bit numb and dissociated, whatever it is, just be with it. So, calling to the goddesses of spring, Lady of Avalon, Brigid, Arthur, Rhiannon, to Frigg, to Sekhmet here for power, to Kali Ma for breaking through any blocks, to help us with any feelings of rage, to Ixchel for diving into any dark points, to bring them into the light. To all goddesses of the world, to your ancestors, your spiritual guides, your angelic team, your fae beings, your elven folk, whomever it is, your animals who wish to be here with you today to support, help me to take these 3 cards. Blessed be. So all 3 cards are going to be what you can do to prepare to thrive and to survive through this season in absolutely the best kind of way. So these are all surprise gifts and challenges from Spirit to you in what they need you to know moving forward. So let's begin. Okay, cool. So you have the Page of Cups energy. I love the Page of Cups energy because it's first impressions, which are always denoted of brand new beginnings. And I love the Page of Cups so much because pages are all about very immature, playful, childlike wonder kind of energy, of fun, of playfulness, freedom, abundance of ideas, so creative, so powerful in all of their unique ways. Pages really step forward to just go, oh, this flower looks lovely. Oh, this is beautiful. Oh, we could do this. We could do this. I need to buy all of this clay. I need to bake 10 recipes this month. I need to do this. And just be in that feeling of absolute excitement of what the world can bring. And this is amazing because winter for a lot of us this season has been, I don't have any energy to do anything. I don't have the capacity, I don't have the resources, I don't have the time, I just need to work, I just need to get through this. So this insurgent power of all of this creativity and excitement and freedom, and as I'm talking about it, this feeling of kind of rage and insecurity that was in my belly is just turned into this feeling of like, this is going to be amazing. And this is really what you're anchoring into this spring season. And then you add in the cups element, which is emotions, it's flow, it's abundance, it's relationships. You bring these both together. It's a curious energy, meeting of minds, meeting up with friends, doing new hobbies, creating and manifesting from a place that is personal, but it's also collective as well. And yeah, I love it. I mean, you look at the imagery, it's this grove of just surrounded by all of this beautiful nature, dipping into this river to get your cup, to have this beautiful fresh water flowing within you. And that water, fresh water flowing within you, is what creates this tidal wave of excitement of, oh, let's do this, let's do that. This is amazing. This is a beautiful gift. You know, any challenges that come through this is going to be the heavy amount of distractions that are going to be very, very much there. Is that you don't need to see this spring season as, I'm regimentedly putting in all of these things into place. And all of these boxes, I love it. All of these boxes need to be filled in a specific way. No, you brush that aside and you go, oh, I'm going to pick this up. Actually, I don't like it. Okay, yeah, I like this. I'm going to add this to here. It's like putting a puzzle piece together of lots of different weird items that somehow all fit into a life that's worth living and a life that's going to really make you feel happy and emotionally secure again. This card is recovery. It's recovering from a deep, dark winter, not just, winter seasonally and weather-like, but the winter of your own heart and your mental health and your physical health. This is a rising into a new way of being, something that's a bit more hopeful, free, and joyous, which is amazing. So let's move on to the next card. Okay, cool. So you've got the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So although you're really, really surrounded by a lot of new and fun and interesting energies right now, there's not particularly one at this moment that is going to be like your route to richness. Your route to richness is bringing and collaborating everything together along with all the things that already work in your life, plus things from friends and family and colleagues and all of this sort of stuff. You're almost kind of like bringing it together to create something. So the Ace of Pentacles in the upright position is like one big thing, one big start. It's like you starting on this journey towards richness, health, wealth, anything earth related, and it's like a gift from spirit. In the reverse position, you're already on that path. Even the winter that has been really, really difficult, in a lot of suffering, a lot of pain, is still you walking a path very significantly and very intentionally towards where you want to be. This is incredible energy because it's saying you don't need brand new beginnings to get to where you want to be, because you're already halfway along the path. You just might not have seen it yet because the path has kind of been dark, shadowy, full of trees, full of monsters that you've been having to battle and fight. But don't go back to the beginning, keep walking, because it's going to feel like a new beginning, because you're going to start walking through groves, you're going to start walking through lovely, mystical, bountiful forests with loads of bunny rabbits, metaphorically. And you don't have to walk backwards to get to where you need to be. What they're asking you to do, because both of these cards are really water-based, is dive into your emotions and your emotional freedom as much as you can. You don't need to go up into your head. Allow yourself to drop into your belly and into your gut instinct, where your emotions and your passionate, powerful kind of energy comes from. That's the best way I can put it. Progress forward, right? So both of these are really all about growth. I mean, you look at the Ace of Pentacles, there's even growth and berries growing here. There's a lot of water. So there's this real sense of just, you allow yourself to lie back in the stream and float, and they will take you to where you need to be. You start doggy paddling in the opposite direction, going, no, I don't want to do this. You're missing out on all the blessings that are going to be coming your way. And it will only be your mind doing that, by the way. Your body and your heart and your gut instinct will be telling you quite strongly through this feeling of rage and insecurity and anxiety that actually you just need to let go. But the mind, when we feel anxiety and we feel this rage, wants to reason with it and wants to bring it up into the head and think about it. I want to tell you right now that is the exact opposite direction that they want you to go in. They want you to lean into it, be with it, and just allow it to be present. If it's in your belly whilst you're doing the thing you want to do, it will stop, it will end. But if you sit down and you go, okay, let's think about this, and keep thinking about it, keep thinking about it, keep thinking about it, you're giving it more room, you're giving it more power, you're giving it more resources. So really that's what they're asking you to do. And it's easier said than done, but start with your tasks and it will flow. Beautiful energy. Okay, and last but not least, okay, another water card, I love it. We've got the Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands is by far one of the quickest cards in the deck. It is like progress from here to here pretty much overnight. What they're saying to you is if you don't resist and you allow yourself to float back and you go, oh, I'm going to take this clay and we're going to do this today. Oh, I really need to write this today. Oh, I need to do a little bit of work today because, you know, I'm running out of money, whatever. And you just start making this tapestry, this puzzle piece of however much of a percentage you need of what. You know, some of you will be 80% work, 20% play. Some of you will be 50-50. Some of you will be 70% play, 30% work. Some of you will be 95% play, 5% work. For some of you, work and play will be completely integrated with one another. But that's your path to follow and your path to go down. I can't tell you what works for you because each and every single one of you has a comfort point. You know, some of you probably, when I said 95% play and 5% work, were like, oh, no thank you. Like, I wouldn't even know how to fill my time, and I want to, you know, I want to earn money, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to progress forward in a work sense. That's what works for you. But for some of you, 95% play and 5% work was like, oh, that sounds amazing. How do I get that? How do I do that? I've got so many projects I'd love to do, but I never have enough time because I'm working too much. You start to move these goalposts around, even if they aren't visible immediately. You tell spirit what you want, the percentage of what you want. It doesn't just have to be a percentage, by the way. You might not want to label it, but you start moving these blocks around, and overnight you will start seeing this really, really quick progress. Like I said, because you've been doggy paddling upstream while they've been trying to rush you in this direction, this is why there's been no progress. You let go and they're just going to go whoosh into something brand new, and that is exactly what that Eight of Wands energy is about. You don't resist, you're going to get to where you need to go. And not resisting is going to mean something different for all of you. For some of you, it may be that you've been resisting eating a bit healthier. Some of you have been resisting talking to someone about your boundaries. Some of you have been resisting a particular phone call that needs to happen. It's not just that you're resisting good stuff. Sometimes it can be that you're resisting some of the challenging things as well. But that's what I mean by you're putting all of these tapestry pieces together, is that if it's really difficult for you to do this challenging task, link it with something that you really love. You know, have a ball of clay in your hand while you're doing it, you know. Write poems, have your favorite music in the background. Whatever it is that makes you feel free fundamentally is the best way that you can go. And this feels amazing because I'm even looking at the imagery of the cards, which will show up here, is that the Page of Cups starts with this grove, a little lake, a little source of water. Then you go to the Ace of Pentacles, which is more like a larger lake, maybe even a river. And then you get to the Eight of Wands, which is the ocean. So there's this feeling of, as you're resisting less, it's expanding and expanding. And that's awesome and amazing. And you go from this really interesting Cups energy through Pentacles into Wands. So you go from water to fire. You go from reflecting and visualizing, being in the water, you know, bringing all these things together to create new habits and new forms, into, all right, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. And this is where there's so much progress happening, because you're bringing in this hope and aliveness into your life, and then you're making it sustainable and a permanent part of your life. And this is why the Page of Cups is so important, because it's almost like you're bringing in a net of all of these different things, you're putting it up onto your boat and you're going, this doesn't work for me, this does work for me, so I'm going to keep it. This is a little bit too broken and it would take a lot of time to repair this to make it work for me. Do I want it or do I not? Actually, no, you know what? Not right now. So I'm going to throw it back, but I'm going to think about it. Once I've got more skills or more resources, more time, or someone else that knows how to fix this, I'll bring it back up onto my boat. So you're really going through it all. And then with that pile in the background that you've decided is mine, I want it, this is all good, you then can use that Eight of Wands energy to go, cool, this is now a permanent aspect of my life that I love. And you'll see really good results from being in that mindset. And what they're saying, they're bringing back this whole idea of percentages again of work and play. So this is quite significant for some of you. I think honestly, once I said it, you've been kind of in that mindset this whole time, and that's great. What they're saying to you is that you're already trying to go into your mind about it and think about it. Just go through this month and feel, make a little note to yourself, and by the end of the month, you'll probably be able to denote what would be better and best for you and the directions that you'll be able to go on. So yeah, awesome. Okay, that's really, really good stuff. I love that. Okay, so we are going to have a look at the 2 astrological signs that are really going to be impacted by this energy. And I'll let you know whether they are, sun, moon, and rising. So let's have a look. Okay, so Libras are going to be most impacted by this. This is Libra, sun, moon, and rising. And this makes sense because this is all about having, bringing a new sense of balance into your life, because this is balancing new things and old things together. And this real sense of equilibrium and harmony by adding and removing all of what is not needed any longer, and then adding in new stuff in its place. It's almost like every single gap is going to get to be filled. There's not going to be any aspect or part of you that feels like it's empty, which is awesome. So let's have a look. What's the second one here? Okay, and Aries. Again, this makes a lot of sense. Aries are very, very fiery, they can be competitive, they're very headstrong, they're quite used to this energy of being in the fiery, oh, I want to do this, I'm going to go for it. And they can be very, very big in their personalities, but they'll find the Page of Cups aspects to be a little bit difficult because there's so much that they could grab in both their hands. They're like, how do I do this? So a specific thing that Spirit is saying to Aries is that in your preparation for spring, metaphorically grow more arms for you to be able to carry things. And you don't have to carry everything. Aries are the type that will be more likely to go, oh, this thing is broken, but I'm going to take it anyway because I'll fix it later. But you don't need to take that on board. If it doesn't work for you right now, this second, it doesn't mean you've missed out. I know you have FOMO sometimes, this fear of missing out, but you will get to it eventually. Just take the things that feel the most comfortable for you. Whereas Libras aren't really going to have that difficulty. It's more actually kind of the difficulty of the action. So really these Aries and these Libra energies are opposite to one another. So again, for the Aries, it will be Aries sun, moon, or rising in your chart. So if you have either Libra or Aries in your chart in sun, moon, and rising, it's going to impact you quite significantly. But you have a really strong journey this spring, whether you're right at the beginning preparing after winter for spring to happen, or you're in the middle of spring, or you're right near the end of spring and you're just collecting, collaborating, thinking, what can I do with the last part of it before summer? This is a really strong journey. If it feels fun, align with it. If it feels too broken for you to carry it, don't carry it. And this feeling of anxiety or rage in the belly is a signpost that you're going the wrong direction. And it's time for you to regroup, rest a while, go back to this Page of Cups energy of, okay, well, let me use some of the things that I've bought recently or I've done recently. And that will take you to where you need to be. And the more you release, the more you relinquish, the more that you co-create with the divine, the quicker that these things are going to happen. The more resistance that happens, if you're feeling stuck and you've been stuck in this anxiety belly for a while, then I definitely recommend you watching my healing video on releasing worry and anxiety, which is on my channel. I'll link it down below, because really you get that out of the way, you get into a clear gut space and gut instinct space again, you're going to be in a good way. So blessed be, my lovelies. It's been amazing speaking with you. And of course, if you want to connect with me, have a bespoke one-on-one reading or healing, then please do get in touch. I'm here to support each and every single one of you. And in the comments, let me know below, what are the Page of Cups things that you've been wanting to do recently? Are you interested in jewelry making, or wandering through the forests near where you live. What is it that you're really interested in this season? And I'll put mine down below in the comments as well for you to read. Blessed be lovelies, and I'll see you in the next one.